Hello, and welcome to The Experience Local with Russ and Scott. Each week, they bring you conversations with local Christian businesses and business owners. The Experience Local is brought to you each week by wonderful sponsors.
Copper Rock Real Estate. Commercial and residential real estate in the Mid-Willamette Valley. CopperRockRealty.com. Independent Merchant Brokers. Low-cost and no-cost debit and credit card processing. 877-460-4747. IndependentMerchantBrokers.com. Join Boson Hub Digital Development in supporting Kicking Cancer. Kicking Cancer provides support, education, and resources for cancer patients, survivors, and families. Kicking-cancer.org. Avamere at Albany. Enjoy your retirement and maintain your independent lifestyle with the support and amenities to make life a little easier. Learn more, avamereatalbany.com. Discover Oregon Real Estate. Tim Rist on the web at dore.llc. Find your people, find your home.
And now, your hosts for The Experience Local, Russ and Scott.
Dun, da, da.
Ta-da! Woo! Here we are on The Experience Local, live with Russ and Scott. And so thankful to be here with you, Scott. How are you doing?
You know, it's been a great week. We just finished out December by having Thanksgiving week. I think that's a pretty good deal.
I think that's a really good deal. How was your Thanksgiving?
Yeah, you know, it was fun. This was our first Waco, Texas Thanksgiving. And so it was really very similar to when we were first married because it was just the two of us. And so putting together dinner and I got to cook, and my wife was volunteering at Friends for Life, where she was the day before packing food. And then Saturday morning, they were loading it up into the cars and taking it off to people. I think it was about 800 meals.
Wow, that's amazing. I think what a blessing for people to do that. I've been trying to arrange to be able to serve meals at one of the local gospel missions. And I got to be honest with you, some of my health things have kind of gotten in the way. And so every time I start to do it, something happens. But I definitely plan to do that because I think what a blessing, people that take their time to do that. I want to be part of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. I think that we know that food insecurity is a big issue. And so the food pantries, food banks, the kitchens that are around, there's lots of opportunities for people to be involved. And I'm certainly a big advocate of that. And this is something that I grew up with. My mother was very involved with it. And in fact, she was involved with the food pantry there in Philomath. And it's the Loopy McGinnis Community Garden. So they named it after her because of her involvement. So obviously near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Well, I think that sometimes we're so concentrated on ourselves, and it's okay to want to have family time and relax and enjoy and all that kind of. That's great. We should be doing that. But it's just a reminder that, there's other people that need a little help. And I did remember this year to give my donation to the gospel mission. I remember that for the Thanksgiving dinners. There you go. I did something. But I feel better about myself already. But anyway, I need to work on that. So, well, Scott, you know what? This show, The Experience Local, every Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that would be 11 a.m. Texas Standard Time, where you are. We, we love talking to local people. And you know what? Local for us happens to be the Willamette Valley and Oregon and Southwest Washington here, and also Waco and the area for you. But we want to really encourage people, focus on your local area. Don't forget, the worldwide community is amazing, but we can't forget about our local economy and our local community and really be able to invest in them. And we love talking about the believers in business, people with faith that are trusting God and every day are getting out there and doing things for their community and their business. And I love that. And Michael Holt today, who's going to be our guest, is one of those amazing people who we're going to get on shortly here.
Yeah.
I want to say one more thing before I turn it back to you, and that is, don't forget, everybody, that we love for you to engage today. Be here and engage with what's going on, and please share this out with everybody. First of all, we have an amazing site besides what you're watching right now that Scott made, local.theexperience.video. Has got lots of information about us, as well as how to subscribe to our YouTube page. But if you want to just jump to that, you also can go to theexperience.video and go straight to our YouTube page and subscribe today. But want to make sure that you know about local.theexperience.video. It's great. We're here every Monday live, but after that, this sits on the platforms LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook that we broadcast on forever as a video podcast and converts to audio podcast and is part of the Experience Radio Network, right, Scott?
That's right. So there's more and more and more. And so there's lots of opportunities here to watch and listen. Also, there's opportunities for sponsorships. If you have a business and you would like to be promoted digitally through so many different channels, including on the radio, contact Russ or myself.
It is an amazing opportunity. It really is. I mean, of all of our sponsorships, which are all great, but it's basically advertising, building image and visibility for your business. And through all of the platforms that we're on, Scott, between what we just mentioned, besides going live, besides being a video podcast, being on all those channels forever, watching, and going to audio podcasts as well, and radio, thousands and thousands of people see these shows. And it is a true fact, because between Scott and I alone, our sites, and between the stuff that we're getting out there, there are thousands of people that are looking at those sites. So it gives you a good opportunity. And we appreciate it because it helps us to talk to believers in business and spread the good word, right?
Absolutely. And speaking of spreading the good word, Michael Holt with Lincoln Media, this is a company that he and his daughter created, and it's connecting local businesses. And we're going to learn a lot today about how they do that and what the opportunities are, because it's a fabulous business.
Well, and I think, Scott, in our 40 episodes so far on this, The Experience Locals, Michael is our first return guest. And why? Because of the amazing things he's doing. And I count him as one of my very dearest friends. Michael Holt, come on in and say hi.
Hey. Wow. Come on, Russ. You're going to get me to start crying right out of the gate. There we go. Wow. Excited to be here today. Thanks for having me back, and looking forward to today's conversation.
Well, what I love about your business, and I'm going to let you intro yourself here, Michael, is you are all about community. You're all about spreading positive information about great businesses in your community, and in actually several communities. So, Michael, why don't you take it away and tell us a little bit about who is Michael Holt and Lincoln Media Group, and what are you up to?
Yeah, I love it. Well, again, my name is Michael Holt. I'm the co-owner, along with my daughter, like D. Scott was saying, of the Lincoln Local program. And what we do, our business is called Lincoln Media Group, and we connect local businesses together with digital screens all across the country. What we do is we go out and find popular locations, and we share the vision of Lincoln Media with that business owner, which is exactly what you're talking about, is finding those like-minded business people that want to connect. At Lincoln Media Group, we believe these four things, which I think is what will help the viewers understand that here's where our concept came from. We believe at Lincoln Media that people buy with their eyes. So when you see things, you're more apt to learn and comprehend what's in front of you. So we believe that people buy with their eyes. We believe that people want to buy from who they know, like, and trust. We believe that they want to buy local, and we believe that people want to work with like-minded business people. And that's a lot of stuff, and maybe even too much words to get out of the gate. But when you understand that, we just happen to do that by putting digital screens out across the country where local business people can come together. Those like-minded individuals can come together put some messaging up in those proper locations, and really just build relationships. As you guys know, that's the most important thing in life, is just connecting with one another, finding people that you like, and doing business with one another. And we've been truly blessed to be able to do that.
And how many states are you guys in right now?
Yeah, we're in about 40 states out of the 50. Somewhere around there, I think 38, 40. We're growing, they're probably signing up people today as I'm speaking.
So this is perfect, because it gives people a little idea that this business started, but it's national. You're in the majority of states out there. So let's talk about the experience. So if I own a business, what type of business would I have, and what would my customers experience when they came in and saw a Linkit set of screens in there?
Yeah, the best way for me to explain that, Scott, is, you've seen the whiteboards that typically are at most restaurants, lounges. Our target really is breweries, because they became your new coffee shop where people naturally like to gather. So a lot of those breweries will put up a lot of information about their beers and the content of what's in those beers. But there was so much more going on at those venues, from food to promotions to teammates. So what we were able to do was connect with those business owners and share that they have an opportunity to put up these digital screens. Typically, they're 55-inch screen TVs, but they go smaller and larger depending on where we're putting it inside the business. And then what we do is we work with that business owner and we find out what they want to sell more of. So again, like I said, people buy with their eyes. So they, a lot of businesses have trivia night or Taco Tuesday or prime rib Friday, or they've got, painting nights. They got all kinds of things that are going on that they rely upon the staff to share with those guests. But what we've encouraged them to do is to take and put pictures to those activities and get them up on the screen. So we give them a content management system. We give them a graphics design team that will create those pictures, and we install those screens for free. No cost to that business owner. And they say, hey, what's the catch? And the catch is you just got to like other businesses in the area, because the other local businesses we will share, which I think is probably the most powerful part of the Linkit Local program, is that we will have a team of members that will call and share that opportunity with those local businesses and let them know that they can be featured over at ABC Brewery. And it's for a small cost. They can put up a message. But most importantly, we will encourage them to go in and meet with that business owner, introduce themselves, and start to build this network of like-minded business people. It's pretty magical what happens with all of it, to be honest with you.
Well, and what I love about you is what you have behind you, besides my book, which is a really good backdrop, by the way.
And my book.
And Scott's book. There you go. There you go.
That wasn't just because of the call today. It's because of the value you two bring. Again, I can go. That's a whole nother show.
But I love the sign love behind you, because it's what you are all about, Michael. I'm a firm believer that God is love. And hopefully all Christ followers are firm believers that God is love. But God is love. And that's what we need to lead with. And you do. And that's what I love about all that you do. Because in business, again, we should be leading with who we are and what we're all about. We should not be hiding under a bushel anything, right?
Yeah, no. Sometimes it's easier said, that we're going to put Jesus first in all that we do, right? If we say those types of things, but it's putting it out there. And some people are fearful to lead with their faith because they maybe will not connect with the world that's out there, but that's okay. For me, like I said, one of the bullet point number 4, what we believe at Lincoln, we want to work with like-minded business people. So if by me encouraging you and loving on you, I don't care what you believe in. I'm going to tell you what I believe in. I always say I'm not a religious guy, I'm a Jesus guy. And I always say that if there's a better plan than Jesus, just let me know what it is. And I'm happy to say nobody has shared anything that's made me change my mind, which is, really it is. It's his grace and mercy that we've all been saved. And it's nothing that I've done. So to go out and love, my mother taught me that many, many years ago. Michael, just love unconditional. Don't judge. Jesus is right in his alley. And, that's what we want to do. We just want to shine bright, encourage one another, share our wisdoms, and just help people get to where they're going. And I think, Zig Ziglar says, you help enough others, you're going to get to where you need to go. And, we just try to put that in place every day. And again, sounds easy. It's not, we got hits along the way. But that love is definitely something that we believe in here at Lincoln Media.
Scott, can I jump in and say one more thing on that?
Please.
And that is this. We're coming out of a season, or actually we're finishing up a season through an election cycle and all the things that are going on. When we lose sight, I think, of loving people. And I think a lot of Christ followers lose sight of loving people. Remember that God loves the people that don't agree with us. This is something that when we go out in business, I try my best to lead with the love of Jesus in my business and try to lead with loving people, right? The reason is because I need God's strength in my life every moment, and I want to be as much like him as possible, but also he loves everybody. And we got to remember that. It's just I think in business, a lot of times we get distracted, right, Scott?
I agree with you on that. I had a mentor where my first major job right out of college. And so my mentor in there, and he talked about office politics, but I think it definitely relates to the larger scape. And that was, he said, Scott, if you think of the root of the word politics as polite, he says, you will have mastered everything you need to know about office politics. So, but with that, Michael, we talk about people how they integrate their belief in their business with their family. We know from the earlier episode that you and your daughter started this business. It was really her idea. You helped her expand and realize that. Now you're in 40 states. But you also have this concept about the F words that you need to teach your family. Tell us about that, because that's an underpinning of Michael Holt and Lincoln Media.
Yeah, again, my daughter's my hero as well. She is magical. She really kind of took, I had a 30 plus year career in the casino industry, and when COVID came, my job went away. The owner sold, new people came in, and she came to me and she said, hey, Dad, let's start this digital marketing company. She was coming from a company that was doing a little bit of the stuff that we were doing, but nowhere near at the level that we were doing it. She came from the merchant service industry, which at times merchant services, depending on who you work with, are not the most ethical, I guess the best to say. It's nice when you find somebody you can trust in those industries to work with. But also, I've always had this dream, being in the casino industry and being around, at my peak, I had 425 employees that were working underneath me. And what makes that unique is, I was an ordinary student in high school, and I took pottery and PE. I joke about it a lot at my local college, and I found myself in charge of 425 people as a general manager of the casino. And I learned a lot of these life lessons. So I'd always said to my kids, I'm going to write the book. It's called The 5 F Words That Every Parent Should Teach Their Kids. And D. Scott, with your motivation and encouragement, it's in progress. And those 5 F words stood for faith, finance, fitness, family and friends, and having some fun. So when my daughter brought me to the table and said, hey, Dad, and we started literally in the living room of our house together, she said, Dad, let's build a company where you can bring those F words to life. And so we said that we were going to do that, and meaning that we weren't going to be as scared of our faith. When I interview anybody, I tell them, you might hear the F word literally out on the sales floor, or you might have a prayer set for you out there throughout the day. It's very common that these values, these things that we talk about, we're working really hard to bring that to life. And again, it starts with caring and loving. We bring people in, we share our vision with them, and we really look for people that are excited to go out, ordinary people that are excited to go out and shine bright. Because the rest of the stuff we do here, you can be taught, but it's having those values and wanting to be a better person, not be a better employee. The gift is them choosing us. Our job as the owner is to give them an environment that they can thrive, and hopefully inside these four walls, whether at work, they become better because they were a part of the Lincoln family.
Well, and you do make people better. I can tell you right off the bat, I am better for knowing you and better for being able to be associated with Lincoln Media Group. I love what your whole why and purpose is in all that you do. And it's something so many people lose track of. And I just had a really great guest on Marketing with Russ this morning before this show, which, by the way, everybody, is at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for your listening and viewing pleasure, Mondays and Thursdays. But anyway, the guest I had on, Roger Martin, was all about, he got out of corporate and moved into what his real purpose and why was, having to do with health and fitness and all of that. And I think that we lose track of that sometimes, but you have not. You have gotten out of what you were doing, maybe not out of your choice initially. I'm the same way. I got pushed out of what I was in initially by this little thing called COVID. But you know, a lot of times when we really focus on what we're passionate about, that's when the true magic happens. And Michael, you talked about your faith. You've talked about your family with your daughter being part of that. It's quite a combination to put all that together and really go full steam ahead. When did you really feel like you could truly proclaim your faith in your business, truly share everything with your daughter, and do all this stuff together? I mean, it's a hard combo for some people.
Yeah, well, you know, it really came from encouragement from my daughter, who, you know, she just inspires me to be better. And, you know, it also came from my mom. My mom taught me a lot about, you know, serving others. And, you know, it's amazing when you really try to understand what your purpose is here on earth. You know, our pastor said it one day, the only thing we're going to take from earth is the people that have been saved. So we're going to get to heaven one day, and we're going to be sitting around the table, and the message is that the good Lord is going to wipe some of those tears from our eyes, because some of the people in our circle is not going to get it. And but they said, while we're here, we should be shining bright and encouraging one another to understand the good message, and not so much that we're trying to tell anybody what they should do, but just share the news and how God has showed up in my life. And that's the blessing that I have. I really encourage the circle that we're around is that we do need to shine bright, and we've created a place where we can encourage that faith and really kind of share by example of what it's like to serve others. And we start with our team, and my team happens to be part of my family. And you're absolutely right. It's difficult to have a family business because every day you don't get to hide from your imperfections or the things that you need to do better at, because we're constantly here watching and learning and growing. But together we can love through it all. And there's so many amazing life lessons that are happening right as we speak.
Yeah, that is so true. Scott?
You've built a culture there at Lincoln Media. And a couple of years back, you had a tragedy in your staff. You lost one of your staff members. Mm-hmm. And this does happen in business. Let's talk about, and this may be a little sensitive, but just to say, how did your culture help you carry through with your belief and maintaining the business and helping provide some stability for your employees?
Yeah, well, our culture, that's such a great question, and my mind really goes all over the place with that. Robel was the teammate that got called home way too soon. 22 years of age, and he joined the Lincoln family and was here for a short period of time, and I think what really helped was we talk about in our office a lot that we have a big screen TV, obviously we're digital screens, And we have 0 to 100 on that screen. And what we teach here at Lincoln Media is hopefully the goal is to live to be 100. Some say they don't want to make it to 100. Some want to go longer than 100. But we also have up on that TV screen the average age of life. So for men, 76, women 81, and that number fluctuates a little bit. But this is say you get 80 years. So anybody that comes into our office, we're excited that they're here, and we always encourage them to put their name and their date of birth on a sticky note and go up on that road to 100 and put that up on the board. And what we share with them is, I say, if you don't have Jesus, tell me what the better plan is. And when they don't have a better plan, I said, hey, we want to make sure that we get the Jesus plan because we don't know. And the whole goal of Lincoln Media is we just hope you're better because you're a part of it. You might spend one day here, or you might choose a career. And how that helped us, D. Scott, coming back to what you asked, was when Robel got called home, we had some amazing interactions with him that was able to be shared with the family. And without getting into it, I had the mother and the father come in and meet with us, and we showed him the environment that Robel was in. We shared some of the lessons that you become the 5 closest of the people you hang with. And long story short, he gave mom and dad a perfect score. And that environment, I think, brought comfort to all of us because we know it's short. And so since you talk about it and, winning, when you got Jesus, we're just all passing through. But it really helped us to have a place to go during a difficult time. Yeah,
I think that is so amazing. In fact, living with Jesus in a zone of being grateful, thankful, and blessed, which you just happen to have behind you as well, I think is something that is really, really important to remember. Where are you? What is your foundation and platform to begin with? Because I know oh too well, and so do you guys, that things are going to happen, right? And so someone asked me, actually my wonderful, beautiful daughter asked me this morning how I'm going to feel Thursday, depending on how things go. And for everybody that's listening and has been praying for me, I'm getting an updated MRI and PET scan on Thursday. And I have Jesus and have already decided I love the Lord and going to be grateful, thankful, and blessed no matter what they tell me. So that doesn't mean it makes everything so simple and your life is easy. I'm not saying that at all, but you have a foundation that you've placed on God, on the rock that you can stand on when we have these difficult times. And Michael, I tell you, you are such a blessing. I tell you, this has been an amazing conversation with you, but unfortunately I have to be the responsible host and let you know.
Time is running.
Quick tie up. Yeah, quick tie up here. So tell everybody in a minute what your gold nugget is and how people get in touch with you. Ready, go.
Yeah. Well, my golden nugget is, the science says it, right? Just keep on loving and just keep on going. The devil wants you to give up on your goals and dreams, and definitely will show up when you least expect it. But you know what? I believe that you're all here for a purpose, and I'm going to tell you, go out and keep asking God what that purpose is. For me, he wanted me to create a business where I could glorify him. We happened to pick digital screens. Who would have thought that? I would have never thought that. We're going into our 5th year starting January 1. I did. It's not even that. What it is it's the ability to really seek him out and really kind of get out of your own way and just keep going after something that's much, much bigger than you.
Amen.
So that's my full wisdom.
All right. And you can connect with Michael on LinkedIn. He's got a website. And you guys can check that out. Also, because we can go to lincolnmediagroup.com to get more information on him. Michael, we're so thankful that you're here today. Have a blessed week. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, you guys. Thanks for having me on. God bless.
You betcha. All right.
Thanks,
it's
Russ.
been amazing, Scott.
We'll
we got to roll. But have an amazing, amazing week, everybody. Don't forget, we're every Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then you can go to local.theexperience.video. Have an amazing, amazing week. All right. See you, everybody.
All right, cheers.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to The Experience Local with Russ and Scott. Listen to the program on Spotify or wherever you listen to fine podcasts. Join in every Monday live at 9 a.m. Pacific on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. We look forward to seeing you next time on The Experience Local with Russ and Scott.